So I came to Discovery Place. I have been to treatments everywhere, clinical places all over the East Coast, and people were always trying to ask me what my triggers were, my coping mechanisms, all that kind of stuff, and it would just go in one ear out the other. And I got here extremely skeptical at first because it was out in Tennessee. Never been here in my entire life, and I showed up and it was addicts and alcoholics just like myself that had been through what I've been through or worse. And immediately that holds a lot more weight than from a doctor or a therapist, which is entirely different than anything I'd ever heard. And I listened. I actually started, my ears perked up. I started listening to what they actually had to say, which was different. I always just thought there was going to be some magic recipe or formula when I left the treatment center that was going to make me not want to use again. And I got here, and the guys actually presented me the solution, which I didn't even know was possible to get. And I've been trying to figure it out for a really long time. Um, my mom had basically chalked me up already. She had written my obituary. We weren't on speaking terms. Was done for me because she had to be. I had taken advantage and used her for basically everything possible. I get out here and it's proposed for me to stay longer. And again, I've fought that tooth and nail because no one wants to stay in treatment longer at all. I did. I made the decision to stay, and the community out here is our greatest asset. It's something that I didn't think existed. Just the guys out here, the fellowship, people having fun in recovery, which I didn't think was possible as well. It makes recovery look appealing. Having fun makes it fun to do recovery, which is something I didn't think was possible as well. I thought recovery was going to be me sitting in my room, not doing anything at all, in a halfway house with dudes that I don't like, working a job and having to have somebody follow me around at all times of the day just so that I don't use or get drunk again, which is what I thought I was going to have to do to stay sober when in fact it was the exact opposite. I get to hang out with dudes that I love who are just like me in a place and enjoy my life sober, which was completely foreign to me. Discovery Place was unlike any other place. It's just like people actually care. In the family aspect of Discovery Place, my mom is heavily involved now, and again, like we weren't on speaking terms whatsoever. She gets to see the posts of other men go through. I had family members that came through here as well. She gets to come out, visit, go to alumni nights, hear speakers, hear my friends talk, see other guys who are just like me show up. And now we're on extreme speaking terms. We talk all the time. We talk just to see what's going on in each other's lives. We have a relationship that we've never had before. It's better than I've ever had with my mom, which is really awesome. And that's just through the program. That's just through the men at Discovery Place showing me what to do, how to have relationships, how to be a son, how to be an employee, how to live life and enjoy it sober, which is really, really incredible. And that was just the solution that was given to me from other men in recovery at Discovery Place. A decision that changed my life was definitely staying out here. I had other plans. I had plans on leaving. I was going to go back home. There was no way I was ever going to use again. One of the guys I was sitting there with, we made a deal that if he stayed, then I would stay too. And really, it was one of the employees at Discovery Place that sat me down and he told me, he was like, the same part of your mind that's telling you that leaving is a good idea is the same part of your mind that's going to tell you that you can use one more time and it's going to be a good idea. And I was just exhausted listening to that part of my mind. It would get me every single time. And I knew that it had gotten to the point where I knew that my mind would always trick me. So I had to do something different. It was something that I didn't want to do. But if I had to think back about my life and the best decision I have by far ever made for my entire life, it was staying out here in this community. It was going through the entire program of Discovery Place, leaning on the other guys that were going through with me and just building those relationships.